Somebody.
Welcome back, everybody. Comics and Cold Ones, episode 18. And if you're viewing this tonight, I recommend that you be 18 as well. So tonight, got my co-host as always, Mr. Pope Grammy. Welcome.
What's up, guys? What's up?
And with us tonight, a very special guest, near and dear to my heart, comes at you live from the East Coast, Mr. Bigeeeze Comics.
Yo, what up, YouTube? That's right, JP. I brought the horn for you guys.
Oh, I love it. I just made my night, for real. I want to get sound effects so bad, but I can't be a ripoff, you know? Like, I guess we get like a squealing pig or something. We're really into that here, so. Oh, man. Well, I hope the week is treating you guys good. It's the day after new release day, right? So I, of course, well, I think all of us are kind of in the same boat tonight, but, you know, Pope's waiting on Midtown. I'm waiting on cross state. Did you get a chance to get anything new this week, Eric?
Well, me, I don't pick up my books anymore on Wednesday. I'm too busy during the weekday, throughout the day, and by the time I get a chance to, my LCS is already closed, so I pick them up on Saturdays usually, and then everything is I slimmed down my pull list big time. You know, I'm still reading The Flash because I'm committed already. I have that run from the beginning, of Rebirth. It's up to issue 54 now. So do I stop it, or are they gonna reboot it? I feel like I don't know what to do. So I just keep getting it.
Just hold on for your life.
Yeah, all right. I am the only thing that's active on my pull list that it hasn't come off yet is Mr. Miracle, also, and Doomsday Clock, and I just canceled Marvel 2-in-1. That was a little disappointing to me. You know, I thought that the ending of that book was going to bring the Fantastic Four back, or at least bring them back in issue 1, but it didn't as well. So they're making you wait till, issue 2, and that's it. Also, I put it on my poll that new Crisis, Infinite. Was it Crisis Infinity, or what is it called? It came out today.
The Injustice one.
No, not Injustice.
It's Heroes in Crisis.
Heroes in Crisis, yeah.
Sorry.
Heroes in Crisis. That is on my poll. I'm looking forward to reading that. That's going to be there for me waiting Saturday.
So you're going to be picking me up one of those Harley Quinn foils from New York Comic Con? All right.
You know what? Unfortunately, I'm not going to New York Comic Con this year.
What?
Yeah, no. This year's financially, and it's just a bad time right now. But
sure.
My friends are going. The fellows are going. Only me and Marky are sitting it out this year. Everyone else is going. So let's see what they can get,
Yeah.
What they can do.
I'll definitely be watching the auctions because I kind of got I really like that cover for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not a Harley Quinn guy, but I like it.
Oh, yeah, that foil.
Yeah, those are kind of iffy at best anyways.
Yeah, some of them don't hold their value, so I wouldn't, jump too crazy on them just yet.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I don't buy into that stuff. I'm a patient man.
Definitely.
I can wait for it. You know what I'm saying? That's not a big deal. Kind of like that whole Spider Ghost #1 that's like pre-selling for $200 over on Comic Exposure.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. I want it. I do. I want it bad, but I don't want it that bad.
No, yeah. Most variants, they take the dip after a while, and then only specific ones will stay the course,
Well, and for me, it doesn't have any significance for long-term value. It's not a first appearance. It's not, it's a cool cover. That's about it.
Yeah, but it's not key.
You look at the first appearance. What is that? Edge of Venomverse #2, right? It's first appearance of Spider-Gwen with the Greg Land cover. That's like $1,000. That's at least a first appearance of a character. So whatever.
Yeah, the same thing with Ultimate Fallout #4, Miles Morales.
Oh yeah.
There's a first appearance. There's a variant that's really expensive. I forgot the name of the artist of that variant, but that book is really up there. And that book has not peaked yet either.
Right, because he has not had that moment that's going to boost him up to to that stratosphere. You know, that first movie that he comes swinging through, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh shit!"
Yep, everybody's gonna be happy they kept their copy. You know.
Man, I'm trying to think who that freaking artist is too. Now I know wasn't the Durovich, was it?
And I forgot the name. Maybe somebody in the chat. You know, the chat is smart. They'll know.
Yeah, Archangel said it was.
Oh yeah, he said it already. Marco, yeah.
Yeah, Durovich.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a cool artist too. I like his stuff. His wife actually does covers as well. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So for me tonight, man, I got to read one book this week that I actually sat down and read. My week has been crazy. You know how it goes. I wanted to read more, but alas, last night's free time I spent doing the auction. What you drinking there, buddy? What you got there, Mr. Biggie?
Well, I normally don't drink on a weekday, like on a Thursday, but because I was invited to Comics and Co. once, I went to my local 7-Eleven, and I said, you know what, I got to pick something for the fellas, so I could join them. And it's Blue Moon. I've never had Blue Moon.
What?
No, never. I never had Blue Moon. I always drink like cheap Mexican beer, and I'm not Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican, but I always drink like Coronas or Dos Equis or Modelo. But my boy Marty, shout out to him, Comic Fanatics, always drank Blue Moon during our old live shows and comic talks. And I said, you know what? One day I'll get one to taste it.
I love Blue Moon. Blue Moon is probably, if I went to a place I've never been before, I always order at least one Blue Moon with the orange slice.
Yes.
That's the shit right there.
I've seen the commercial. It's good. The summer honey wheat.
Now I'm going to try a new beer tonight. I didn't get a chance to try it last week. I did a little, was it Friday night last week or Saturday night? I did a little boat ride out on the lake up in Dallas. But I bought tons of beers with me, but I didn't get to try this one yet. So this one is a Shinerbach Ruby Redbird.
Oh, sounds good.
So it's going to be like a grapefruit, I'm guessing. So hope it isn't as bad as that Sidewinder shit that I had. Here goes.
Do it.
That's not bad at all, actually. Got a nice little citrus, but not overpowering. So yeah, when you guys are in Texas, come to Shinerbach, or let me bring one to you. You can get those pretty much anywhere, I suppose. They're a national brand. You can get them at Walmart, Sam's Club, etc. And I know I don't even have to ask what Pope's drinking. This is week number 482 of Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Hey, I'm still fall, buddy.
And still drinking last year's Sam Adams. Miss Hustle, I promise you, this grapefruit is much better. Much better. This is way better than that Sidewinder stuff that I had 2 weeks ago. So yeah, pretty good stuff. So there's some good news I just saw earlier today, guys. If you guys remember the what was it, the Dark Knight, the Sean Murphy run?
Yeah.
Batman. So just announced right before we went live, Sean Murphy doing Batman Curse of the White Knight.
Ooh.
So that was announced earlier today. I'm very excited about that. I love Sean Murphy's artwork. I liked the last run there. I really like that Harley cover he did with the two Harleys. That was pretty sick.
Curse of the White Knight is it's a sequel to White Knight.
Yeah.
Nice. I missed out on that first issue, so I didn't get it because that was the whole Jack Napier thing, right?
Yeah.
That's a joke. They gave the Joker the name Jack Napier.
Oh, yeah. I do not have a thing for grapefruits. I have a thing for trying new beers. Very similar. I also have a black cherry ale to try tonight as well. So
Black cherry ale.
I'm very fruity today, guys. I'm feeling fruity. So deal with it. So we got what's going on this weekend? Is it the Baltimore Comic Con this weekend? Is that coming up here soon, or is that like a couple weeks out?
Is it Baltimore? I don't know what con. I know next weekend is New York Comic Con. So
Baltimore, I think, is before, right?
So that has to be this weekend then.
I think it is this weekend. That's cool. So yeah, first of all, I want to give some shout outs from last night. Appreciate the Great Legend show coming on the auction with us last night. Brandon Stawinski, of course, and Archangel. He also was able to pop in last night. He's in the chat as well tonight. So I thank you guys for coming on and selling some books with us last night, having some fun. I think it went pretty well for most everyone. And to all the people that bought and bid, I had some people email me after the auction and bought a few more books, so that was cool.
Awesome.
First time that's ever happened, to be honest.
Yeah.
King of the Golden State's in the chat. How you doing? Welcome. Got JD. He was in the auction last night. Yeah, man. Thanks. Glad you had fun.
Yeah.
Comics Misexplained. Chat is live and well tonight.
Yeah. I just posted on Facebook also that we're live. See, let's get people up in here. Everybody.
I appreciate it, man. I put it out on Instagram and everything, and just a little Instagram update for those that are keeping tallies. I'm now at 899 followers on Instagram. 101 away from Party Time USA.
now you got to do a giveaway once you hit that 1,000 followers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I will have some fun with that shit for sure. But yeah, it's
I got a little news. I mean, I found out from Jeff Johnson. If you want to hear it, it's about the Batwang.
Oh yes, please.
Yes, I mean, I saw it on Instagram, but I heard it first from Jeff Johnson. So shout out to him. Batman Damned is not getting a second printing.
It's not.
Yeah. So if it doesn't get a second printing, that book is it's gonna blow up even more. Yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this Bat Dick stuff.
Thank you, Black Label DC.
You know what though? I have no problem with it, right? Because they're going Black Label. That's what their whole mantra was. They're going to be a little edgy. I mean, first issue, let's throw some Bat Dick out there, I guess. So, boom.
I like my DC like I like my Johnny Walker.
Black
Label.
Oh, Black Label. All right, got it. Yes, Archangel. It's going to be $30 per inch now. Oh, gosh. That's funny stuff, man. I'm glad we all have a sense of humor in this community and can appreciate the good selling price of Batman's penis.
I know. Imagine what people pay for a real one.
I don't know, man. Like, would it be like
Hold on, one second.
Clooney's, Christian Bale,
Pull out the bat signal.
Whose dick are we gonna get?
You guys tuned in just to the right show.
You got Manny. He showed up. Welcome, 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 Jason Smith.
He said, "Who's that guy? He looks like Eddie. He's a Pope. You look like Eddie." Our friend, Eddie the comic guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it was a lot of fun last night. So I'll probably maybe do something down the road for another auction night. I don't know. Maybe you guys want to play along, partake. I know you got your own auction over there with the New York Warriors, but sometimes it's fun to branch out where you're not expecting.
No, yeah, definitely. And me, you know what? Me and Manny were first before we did our auctions. We went on the Great Legends auction a few times. We were on that. Then Marky was on it as well. The first time I dabbled into comic auctions was actually way back Facebook auctions. That's how we did.
Okay.
Once Facebook did the live, when they put that live feature on, we did that. We did it on Comic Fanatics' Facebook page. And then from there it branched off into YouTube,
Speaking of Comic Book Fanatics, man. So back when I first got into YouTube, they were actually Marty and
Ray Jr.
Yeah, Ray Jr. Those guys are what triggered this idea of I could do comic book videos. Like, what a crazy idea. So then I started researching YouTube, and I was just like, oh my gosh, there's like a whole community of this, right? So I'm like, super scared and didn't really know what I was doing anything. And I was really kind of an introvert, so I was like, well, maybe to help me get over my own personal fear of speaking to people or speaking in public or put myself out there in a kind of a way. So
it does help. Yeah.
Look what it has created, the monster that I have become.
Yeah.
You're a monster, man.
I am a
Horrible,
monster.
horrible monster.
I'm a social media whore. That's what I am. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, we kind of all branched out from Comic Book Fanatics. They started first. Well, I don't know before them, but when I got involved, they were the first like ensemble, like live, Google Hangouts type comic show. And it started off with Ray Jr., uh Marty, and We Love Comics. And then by the second episode, that's when they invited the rest of us. Me and James Hayes was part of it a lot. TiVo was part of it. Manny, everybody, all of us. Before we even called ourselves New York Warriors, we all started there for a long time with Marty doing that, and then everyone kind of branched off after that and started doing their own. Tim did his, Lords of the Long Box live show. Jesse did his. Then we started ours. We were all a few months apart from each other. Like Tim started his, and then Jesse went like 3 months later, probably, if you look at the dates, and then I started like 3 months after that, doing our own. So we kind of all branched off from Comic Fanatics. So I would say they inspired us also to do, just like they inspired you, they inspired us also to do the live thing.
It's kind of cool. I just thought, like, because on Facebook and everything is kind of where I started with the whole, they're very welcoming, on the, I was like, oh, I'm just going to join this little page. That's cool.
Yeah.
And, everyone's cool. Yeah. So what are you saying here?
Well, Erod says, preach it, brother. Talking about the history. Good old New York history, man.
That's kind of what when we have different YouTubers on with us and stuff, is because I do like the history. Like you almost at 1,000 subs. We were talking before the show started, and there's like you got 3 years under your belt there, man. So you got 3 years of knowledge of just YouTube knowledge. There's no telling what kind of comic book knowledge you got, because you've been doing comics. How long? How long you been doing comics?
I've been into comics since, I would say, my whole life, basically. Since I'm 38 years old. I bought my first book when I was 10, maybe 11. I bought my first comic, and I've always bought comics. The only time I didn't buy comics was back when New 52 was about to launch. Like, I stopped there, but even though I stopped, I still I would pick up trades, now and then, and I would still pick up like little figures and stuff like that. But I stopped around that time. Then around three quarters into New 52, that's when I started up again.
Damn, so, that's a huge lot of time, man.
Yeah.
From the time you were like 10 to like the New 52.
Yeah. Always. And then stopped there and then went back at it after that. 3 quarters into the New 52. Like when they were up about to issue 30, about 30, 35, that's when I got back into comics. Buying regularly on a regular pull list.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So you we were talking before, you were more into like the Bronze, Silver Age stuff now?
Yeah, so now I decided, just because of room reasons, I slowed down on all the new books, and I've been focusing more on grading my Silver Age and Golden Age keys and Bronze Age keys, and only buying Silver Age, Bronze Age key issues, and Golden Age, of course, when I can.
Do you have any like I don't say grails per se, but like stuff you're chasing or runs you're chasing?
Well, I'm not chasing any runs. The runs that I was chasing, I completed already. Like Jack Kirby's Demon #1, Demon Run. I completed that. I completed that run. Jack Kirby's Forever People, I completed that run. Captain Falcon run, I only wanted the Kirby part when Kirby did his which is like numbers 180, I would say, till about 193, I believe. I could be wrong, but it's around that area of numbers. That's where when Kirby came back to Marvel, he did that run of Captain America. Forever People, New Gods, just basically anything, Eternals, Anything that Kirby did at that age, like his Bronze Age stuff, that's what I was chasing more. Most of that I completed already. And the book that I'm trying to get now is Giant Size X-Men 01 in at least an 8.0 condition. That's the book I want now.
Awesome.
And I'm trying that book right now in that condition is probably like a $1,500 book, maybe $1,200 around there. So all the auctions that we do and things like that, I just I try to put it away.
Nice.
But for that to get that one big book.
Yeah, it's kind of me. I think one of your New York Warriors and I are looking for the same book that Masters of the Universe, the She-Ra variant #1. The Terry Dodson.
Oh yeah, the Manny wants that book. The Great Legend has the book.
I know, he was teasing the hell out of me last night. He's like just taunting us, and then of course he had to taunt Manny as well. So that's a nice book. It's fun.
Oh, let me give you one more little bit of NY Warrior history. So the NY Warriors was named by Jean Paul Ace Peter. If you guys didn't know,
I did not know. I was about to.
He's in the chat right now saying what's up.
Yeah, that's why it made me think of it. So the quick little story. This was back in 2016. Prior to us going to the Big Apple Con, if you notice the date on our logo is 3/2/16. That's the date that we were all from New York, but we've never met up in person. Well, Manny and I have on occasions, and then me and Erod has, because me and Erod have the same LCS. But as a group together, we've never met up together. At that point, we didn't meet up together yet. That con was going to be our first meetup. So that's the date of that con. So we were going to go see the Warriors from the movie Warriors are going to be at that convention.
See, that's where I thought the name came from.
It did. Well, so we was excited about that. So we was during an off air with Sean, and we got all of us got the email from Big Apple Con that they canceled. Oh, and we were bummed about it. It's like, oh man, the Warriors, they canceled. We're not going to see the Warriors. And then Sean said, hey, that's okay, man. You know why? Because my New York Warriors are going to be there. It's because he meant all of us. We were all on that hangout. So he named us the New York Warriors that night. And when he did that, like a light bulb hit me in the head. And I was like, Sean, I love that name. You know what? I'm running with it. That's it. We're the New York Warriors. From that point on, everything I'm going to do, I'm going to attach that name to it. And
dude, I love that. And
3 years later, it's still every video, every post, everything that I do has the New York Warriors on it. Like everything. Yeah, I even put it on my clothes. I put it on my sneakers. I am NYW and everything. I always say that Puerto Ricans have a gang mentality, so I tag that shit everywhere.
Man, once we get our logo done for this show, I got another update on it this week. It's looking pretty sweet, so I'm gonna be pretty stoked when we get to plaster that shit everywhere. It ain't gonna be the same as New York Warriors, but it's gonna be awesome.
I tell you what,
you know what? Eddie designed ours, so shout out to Eddie, the comic guy.
Well, we got.
I love that story, man. I mean that's the kind of stuff that I want to hear from like the YouTube community, man.
Hell yeah.
That story literally sent like shivers down my spine, like. Because I mean, I was almost in that moment when you guys were like, "Oh shit, yeah, that's our name."
Yeah, that's what, man. When he said that, it's like it clicked in my head. I said, I loved it. I was like, Sean, we were running with that.
Well, it's so fun because like the last month or so, as far as like people of the community that I've been a fan of, if you will, the Great Legend. Obviously, we had him on. GPAP, we had him on.
Yes.
Now we have you on, man. Like this is like the, Catherine Figures. We had her on. They're just people that I've been a fan of prior to even being on a YouTuber, if you will.
Yeah.
So there's just people I followed and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. I love seeing like new channels on. We had Don the Doctor on, which is just so everyone knows. He texted me. He is alive and well. So he's just been moving and shit. I've been freaking out. Like I'm thinking Don swimming in the Chicago River somewhere, man. I thought it was over for that bro.
Yeah, but, he's like, John, make another milk carton, man.
he's good, man. So he should be back here in a month or so. I think he'll be back in the swing of the YouTube community, anyways.
Nice.
Probably winning some more contests and shit. Oh man, yeah, it's a to me it's a privilege. It's an honor to have people in this community that've been around a long time, just to give us some of your time and hang out with us because we're just two dudes that had a stupid idea in a chat one night, and here we are. Our story isn't near as cool as the New York movie.
Yeah, it's not. That's how ours started too. It's just, you see things and you tell yourself, man, I could do this, and you just go for it, man. That's what you guys are doing.
Yeah, it's been fun. I hope that in 3 years we can look back and we'll be telling our story on somebody else's channel. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. It's this whole community has been just, I say community, I know, whatever you want to call it. I call it a community because that's what it feels like to me. Everyone's been great to me. I haven't had any beef. I haven't had any issues. I've been blessed in my year and a half doing this channel, and then obviously doing the show with Pope. I appreciate the support week in and week out from this community. So I'm not gonna get all emotional and sappy here tonight because it's a good night. We're talking comics. We're gonna talk some maybe some Dark Phoenix trailer drop today. Actually, I fucking like 3 o'clock this morning. I hear my ding on my phone. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm get up and I'm like, shit, yeah, I guess I'll watch it. And I was like, whoa, man, that was some stuff. I'm like, I need to watch it again because I don't know if I was just tripping or if that movie, if it looks that dark. But no, I'm excited, man. I know you guys probably have some opinion on that, but take her away, boys. What are your thoughts on the trailer? I'm digging it.
I do know someone in the chat asked about the trailer earlier, but here we go. We'll talk about the trailer. Like my first instinct on it is like I'm still kind of on the fence, but I think the biggest part that I like about it is that it is dark. I like the darker side of like the comic book world one, like, because I don't like the earlier Spider-Man movies and stuff. How like it was just kind of I didn't feel as though there was much danger in it. There was a lot of lightness to it. I mean, I don't mind like funny stuff in movies, and I don't mind people like cracking jokes or oh, it's Spider-Man. He's the neighborhood friendly superhero. But like sometimes like I want I need the hero to be afraid. I need the hero to have like an adversary that's really gonna hurt him in some sort of way. Otherwise, it's like it's there's not a point in watching it because it's like, oh, he's just gonna whoop his ass. But like, if a villain or something's gonna drag somebody through the mud and dirt, I need to see them crawl out of the hole and make that big leap into this is why I'm a superhero. Because not just because I'm powerful, it's because like I can pull myself off the ground and do stuff. But I like to see the X-Men getting a little bit dark. I think they've come a long way from the first X-Men movies, like the first Sabretooth. They had almost kind of ruined it for me, but like I like the fact. First off, I like the girl playing Jean Grey, and because I loved her in Game of Thrones.
Sansa Stark.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I think like I said, I'm on the fence about it because like the earlier X-Men movies has been hit and miss, and there's probably like I only like 2 of the X-Men movies that came out. So hopefully this one will do good.
I kind of feel I enjoyed it, man. I think it excited me, to be honest. I like the way they used the X. I forgot what run of the X-Men had that suit. It's not Ultimate X-Men. I can't remember, but I like the way they're all in uniform. I like how the movie seems to be geared more of her against them. Like I think she's the villain. You know, I don't think it's going to be like a significant villain. You know, like an Apocalypse or Mr. Sinister. I think that's the basis of the movie. It's, you know, them fighting her. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I enjoyed X-Men First Class. I like the actors that are playing. You know, the guy who's playing Professor X, McAvoy, his name is
James McAvoy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've always liked the Magneto character. I hate that he's always like the part of the villain, but you know, he's part of the team, kind of. You know, so that's what how they kind of do him in the movies. I'm excited for it. I thought it would look good. The trailer to me, it was in a full-fledged trailer. I'm pretty sure they'll have something a little better, just like the Captain Marvel was a teaser trailer also. But I think it's good. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed the X-Men. I enjoyed the characters, that the guy that played Quicksilver. I'm not really too keen on Mystique being like a leader of the X-Men, because that's something that was straight up, you know, just for the movies. It's not comic related. And I know that, you know, Dark Phoenix deals with the Shi'ar and the Pure Guard and all that, but they can't put that all in the movie right now, because in order to put that in the movie, you need something to have, you know, it has to build to that, and they just don't have the background to build the Shi'ar. That's something that maybe once the MCU takes over completely, they can build on that.
Yeah,
and do their own version.
It's too huge.
Yeah, it's too huge. But for what it is, you know, so it's a studio that is about to be taken over by Disney. They have to fill contracts. They have to, you know, this movie has to be made already. So for those reasons, I think it's going to be a pretty decent movie. You know, is it going to be a blockbuster? No, but it's going to be something good, something worth watching, I think, you know?
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you said, like, you touched on that, because, like, as a comic book fan, like, you know, when I was a little bit younger, I'd go see, like, a comic book movie, and I'd be like, that's not how it goes, you know? Like, that's not how it was in the comic books. But, you know, but we have to realize that this is not just for us. They're trying to bring in other people, like, who don't collect comic books, that just want to go out and see a really cool movie. And they want to go and watch a movie that they can understand from beginning to end without having to know all the knowledge that we know about it
Exactly.
already. And plus, like, you know, there's so much background in all these characters and all these storylines that there's no way they would be able, it'd be like the Lord of the Rings on crack. There would be like a 5-hour long movie to watch, like the real, like, Dark Phoenix saga.
Yeah. They're capable of making a good X-Men movie, because look at Logan.
Yeah.
Logan was great. Everybody enjoyed that movie. You know, it was really well done.
That movie gets me every time, man. Every time.
First Class was like my favorite X-Men movie. That movie was hand down.
Really. Yeah, that movie was good. That was a reboot of like the franchise, and they did a great job with it.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
First time X-23 popped her claws, man. There was tears in my eyes. I know I'm starting to sound like an oversensitive person on this show. I'm really not, but that was my moment.
He's a fucking monster, guys. I swear.
Exactly. Miss Hustle, you didn't see Logan? Man, you're killing me. You're killing me. Oh, shit. Well, as far as books this week, I want to give a shout out to Brandon Stawinski. I got a package from him. I think it was on Monday. Some stuff that he had been picking up for me when he gets a chance, when he's out at the LCS, since I don't have one. He's been taking care of me. He also sent me some goodies, man. One of these is just for us, Pope. This is you know, we've been wanting this book for our mascot right there.
Yeah.
I'm drunk. There we go. I gotta get this on the wall, man. So
thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that. I'll toast you boys with this book, because you know, we play our cards right. We might be drunk. Wouldn't be the first time it's happened on this show.
I know.
And then he get me a copy of The Life of Captain Marvel, the art germ, which this is my second copy now, but he was able to pick it up for me. It's a beautiful, beautiful book.
You know what? Like, I said that's like right now, that's my favorite art germ cover. But I have a feeling when that Catwoman drops on October 10th, that like Masquerade Ball cover, that thing is hot as shit. Like,
yeah, that cover is like I was having a chat with a lady on Instagram about that cover. I don't know this girl, but sometimes I just talk to strangers. You know how it is. And I think the best word to describe that is elegant. Like that's an elegant looking cover. Like it doesn't even look like art germ. You know, like I'm pretty good with picking out art germ out of a snowstorm, but that book just looks something special. So I'm looking forward to that. I got that thing pre-ordered for sure. Then he hooked me up with another copy. I know you took care of me on the first book, but got a little bacon bit action for you there.
Four times.
He was able to find me a copy of this badass Red Hood and the Outlaws 26 cover B.
Oh, that's a nice cover right there.
It's sick, man. It's just a freaking sick cover.
How the hell have I not seen that cover?
I don't know, man. I thought you had 12 copies.
You would think so.
He also got me Bone Parish #1. I've been wanting to read that, so he got me a reader copy here. Last week we had Cullen Bunn on with us, so I was wishing I would have had it before then, of course, to read, but hey, better late than never. Not that he was late. He sent it whenever. I'm just saying, like, for me getting the book. And then he was able to find me the naughty version. The one thing we love here in Comics and Cold Ones, we love our boobs.
Of course.
He also threw in a Betty Page by Joseph Michael Linzer. So I don't know if I've mentioned or not, but there's a real good possibility that Mr. Joseph Michael Linzer is going to be a guest on Comics and Cold Ones. So that being said, thank you very much, Brandon. I appreciate you helping me out. And I will try and get you another list for the next round because I don't have a freaking LCS.
I laugh because I feel the pain too. For you, I have LCS.
So did you guys get anything in the mail today or this week?
Well, I went to my LCS and I picked up that Josh Middleton.
That's a nice one, yeah.
It's like a dancing cover.
Yeah, I mean it's like an epic, like how the bats like to jump in front of the moon and all that shit. So this is like a little frolic jump.
I gotcha. I was wondering what the significance of that was.
I picked this up because I was, like you, I'm a big Wolverine fan, but she graced the cover of X-Men Red #8, and it was a Jenny Frison cover.
Oh, that's a nice cover.
Damn. I have not seen that one. That's beautiful. There you go, Brandon. Add that to my list. That was really nice.
And I also picked up the Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. Just check it out. I like the cover of it.
Nice.
Superman versus He-Man?
Yeah, it's like but it's like the Injustice. It's the Injustice world, not like the Superman we know is Injustice. But apparently, like Skeletor, kind of like, I guess, takes over like some of the Justice League, and is making them fight against He-Man and stuff.
You gonna do the Justice League Dark? I think Skeletor would be kind of badass in Justice League Dark.
Probably.
Superman, He-Man better be careful because that Injustice world, that Superman will kill him.
Oh hell yeah!
I play that first game with my kids. My son every once in a while we'll throw in some. What's it got? Mortal Kombat, or I can't remember who else in that. Yeah, it's like Injustice.
Oh, DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Well, I got that one too, but I also have Injustice 1, so we're always playing like Superman versus Green Lantern and shit like that. So yeah. I always go with Green Lantern because I can make him do all the fun little tricks with his ring. Keep everyone at a distance as I smash them with my hammer. I'm not good at games, man. This video games and I are like, I love them. I love the idea of video games. I'm just terrible at it. It's just not something I don't think I have the focus for it, So
yeah. And kids nowadays, their reflexes are so quick.
Yeah, they're good, man. That kid, he's got the the ADHD, which is really like basically his superpower for video games. You know, the little brain can keep up with everything, and I'm like,
yeah,
happening.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I mean, like Seawood talked about that goddamn Spider-Man game so much that I bought it the very next day that he talked about it, but I haven't had a chance to play it.
Oh, of course, of course.
Like I played maybe like the first little mission, and then like I just been busy as hell. But my kid has been playing my game, and he likes just to swing around New York City, which is cool.
Did you guys watch the season premiere of Gifted?
I did not.
Yeah, it was this Tuesday, I believe. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. They
season 2.
Yeah, season 2.
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of X-Men stuff, man. Hellfire Club.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's a lot. It's good. Polaris is in it.
well, the first season was pretty badass. I mean, as far as like TV shows go,
yeah, it was good.
I think The Gifted is up there. I really enjoyed The Runaways when it was on, season 1 on Hulu. I love that show. But yeah, The Gifted, I need to go and check. It's probably going to be on Hulu.
On demand. It's on demand already.
Yeah, I have to check that out.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good season opener.
Comic fam. Bruce Zayas, welcome to the chat, man. Thanks for the sub last night as well. Appreciate that. I'm pretty sure I'm friends with that guy on Facebook as well. So, yeah, if you guys don't know each other, I know we got some new people in the chat tonight. Make sure you sub each other up. I also put Pope and Bigee's information in the description tonight. So if you're not subbed to these guys, which I would hope that you are, at least to Bigee's, but I know you're not. No, you're not all subbed up to my man Pope over here. He's sitting in that 200 mark. So, we got to get this guy some subs.
To be honest, I don't even think I've visited my own damn YouTube channel in a while.
I looked tonight. It's been a month or almost a month or so since you posted the last video. Maybe we should buy you some subs. I think someone in the chat mentioned that earlier. You can buy subs, as we learned this week, thanks to Undisputed Frost's video. I didn't know it was a thing, man.
Frost had to go out with a bang, right?
Yeah. I mean, that dude. He's always been good to me, kind to me. So I watched his farewell live show. Went in there for a few minutes, said hello, what's up. But yeah, I didn't know, man. Apparently it's a thing. So if you're out there buying yourself subs, congratulations. You had me fooled. So next week, if I'm at 4,000 subs, you guys will know what's up. I sold some comics and bought some subs. Just kidding, man. I don't see that happening in my world. That
you can buy views too. You can buy views. You can buy thumbs ups and thumbs downs too.
That's so insane to me. Like I just can't believe it's a thing. Like I'm so naive, but it comes.
I'm gonna buy so many thumbs downs.
Right? Can you send thumbs down to other people?
Oh, I don't know.
Just to be like spiteful.
No, I don't think you could do that.
That'd be funny as shit if you could. We should invent something that can do that. That's our next calling right there, guys. Forget this comic book business. We gotta learn some gadgetry.
We're gonna learn how to be spiteful.
Another eye-opening week on YouTube for me. So I think I live in like this little bubble of naiveness. Is that a word? Navette, whatever you want to call it. But that's funny. So, anyways, yeah. So I learned that this week. The book that I read, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the book I read, but finally caught up, and I'm way behind on reading. But I got to read Shanghai Red this week. It's from Image Comics. It's art by Joshua Hickson, which I believe he just got married this past weekend, according to Instagram, or his Instagram. But anyways, man, this book is pretty freaking fantastic, and I will be hunting down the second issue, as I did not have it on my pull list, because when it comes to Image #1s, it's really hit or miss sometimes with how good they are as far as story goes. But I like this. It's a nice piratey tale. Had a cool twist that I wasn't prepared for. But yeah, totally digging it. If you like blood, guts, violence, and piratey things, I would definitely recommend this Image title. It's written, at least the script was done by Christopher Sabella. So check it out if you haven't already. Hopefully next week, man, I have like a bazillion books to read, so I got to get caught up. I got to get out there. Yeah, C. Woodard 19, thanks, man. He said it's an awesome read. He read it, so I like to see the feedback from the other people too. If you read something that I talk about or we talk about, by all means, let us know.
Now, I heard a lot of good things about that book. It's actually on order from Midtown. That's my next shipment should have the first issue of that in there too.
Oh, nice. Is it still a first print? Like I feel like every Image book goes to second printing like the day after. So.
I know, right?
I think they only print 12 copies, and they're like, "Yeah, it's going to second printing." I'm like, "Oh, sweet, it's a hot book." No.
Yeah, with the Image #1s, nobody wants to miss them anymore because it's like The Walking Dead,
Yeah, it's Walking Dead and Saga, man.
Yeah, that's right. Nobody wants to miss out anymore on those #1s.
But I tell you
finally got the rest of my Saga in too. Speaking of Saga, so I got the was it up to 45 now? And they went on hiatus, taking a year off, so they won't be back for a while.
Yeah.
But which probably if you guys are trying to collect that run, what?
I was just gonna say, Image was one of the big reasons why I got back into comic books. Is because they they did like I remember the Image from the '90s, and I was just like, I don't like because one of my friends is like, oh, you need to get this book, read this book, and it was Witches, and I was like, man, who's it by? And he's like, Image, and I was like, man, I don't want to go back into that bad '90s trip of like copying other like Marvel and DC characters.
Yeah,
but Green Lantern was the actual book that got me back into reading comics. And then I started reading some of these Image books, and I was like, holy shit, they went dark. And then, and they're telling stories that are not actually involved in their own universe. They're not involved in a set universe that they have to follow rules or anything. Like, they can tell whatever story they want to. And I think that's why Image is huge, is because it's branching out to.
Yeah, it's the company that they don't own any other properties.
Yeah, the only thing they own is the little eye.
Yeah, you publish through them, but they don't own nothing that you put up. That was the whole basis of why they formed it.
Well, I'm a big fan. I think C. Woodard said that 60% of his pull list is Image. I'd actually agree. I was just looking. So this is like a stack that I got in. I mean, I got tons of books in last week for my pull list, right? Yeah. Just kind of flipping through here, and it is majority Image, Aftershock, Venom, of course, X-23, Sword Daughter. I mean, all these Image titles, right? Yeah, mine's up there in percentage wise too. But it's I think because for me, when it came right down to when I was like really evaluating what is the point of my comic book collection, it came down to story. It's got to be story for me. I need to read something that's compelling. It doesn't have to be superhero, but like anything with Donny Cates on it. I mean, I know I talk about this guy a lot, but I just love that dude's work. I mean, I messaged my LCS that's 2 hours away that does my pull list for me. And I'm like, hey, Marvel Knights is coming out. Add it to my pull list. I don't even care. Just add it to my pull list because I want to see what Donny Cates is going to do with those characters. Like he's just got some crazy ideas, and I'm down with it. I'm cool with it. I can't wait to crack open. I got Venom number 4 and 5 now to read, so I think number 6 is probably already out, right? But whatever.
What I can't wait. What I can't wait to read is the Justice League Odyssey, and that just came out, and I'm waiting for that from Midtown. But I'll tell you what, like two of the biggest stories that have hit me this year is that Mr. Miracle run is
Tom King,
fantastic.
Yeah, came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was just like, what's this? This is freaking bad.
He won an award for that, like a prestigious award for the writing on that book, and the story's not even done yet.
Like an Eisner?
There's it, man.
Yes, I believe that's what it was that he won. Nice. For the Mr. Miracle run.
That and the Magic Order Like, I'm glad like you guys turned me on to that, because like that book is freaking awesome. It's it's got about everything I like, and it's really really good.
JD in the chat said that Shanghai Nights gets freaking crazy. So I'm excited for that. Like, I mean, the Magic Order. You know, anything that Mark Millar touches is going to have some weird shit in it, anyways. But I'm digging that story. I got book 3 now to read. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I love these stories. Like, I lost so much. Like, I'm not. I don't want to say I'm a Marvel hater, because I'm not a Marvel hater, but I think that earlier, the last couple of years, Marvel had put so much money into really terrible artists that it was really hard for me to like, enjoy a story. Which, I mean, I'm more story driven than art driven. But if the art is just fucking impossible to get through, it's a it kind of makes the story kind of shit. But I'm really digging the Venom run. Obviously, never thought in a million years I would say that, because I was always more of a Carnage guy when I was younger, versus Venom. But when I saw an interview with Donny Cates saying that he had laid out 100 issues in his head for Venom, I thought, he's got a story to tell. I need to see what this is about. So
that's a lot. It's a lot. 100's a lot.
It is a lot, and then who knows if he'll actually get there or not. I mean, we all know fatigue, and I mean, there's as many books as that dude's writing right now, and well, I guess according to Cullen Bunn last week, it's never enough. You need more as a writer, because they get paid probably pennies compared to what artists get.
Yeah, I'm more back in like 2016 when Marvel rebooted, when they did with the old and old different. I was Marvel heavy then. I was digging the Squadron Supreme, Guardians of the Galaxy, Old New Wolverine, Old Mad Logan, Spider-Man, the Miles Morales Spider-Man. Like, all that was my pull list. I had all those, and they were all good. They were all good until it got to Civil War 2. Civil War like really killed all those series for me.
Oh, that's what did it for me. That was almost like what the reason why I quit in the night, like collecting comic books, was Age of Apocalypse, and I was just like, okay,
because Marvel it's different.
That almost happened to me again when I liked the whole Civil War 2. I was just like, what is this crap?
With Marvel, what they do is that when they have an event, every title has to get involved in it.
Yeah.
So, and that's what messes up, and that's the difference between them and DC. So everything was getting involved, and all the storylines got really like just wordy, and nothing really was happening. So I stopped putting stuff off my pull list because of that. And then I was at that time I was picking up the Snyder stuff, with Batman, and then it was the whole anticipation of Rebirth. And then when Rebirth launched, they had like Dan Jurgens on Action Comics, and Dan Jurgens was my favorite when it came to Superman back in the 90s. Snyder was doing All-Star Batman, which that started off really well. And I was in the middle of DK3. So everything became, I stopped all the Marvel and I went DC heavy, but not because I'm a bigger DC fan than Marvel. It just shifted that way because of the quality, I guess, of the books.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I just haven't been able to fully bounce back on Marvel stuff yet, because then we went through that whole, after that reboot and after Civil War 2, then they changed all their titles again, and Legacy was supposed to do all this stuff that it never did. Yeah,
there's only like two things that I really liked, I guess, in that era. Like, I liked when Doc Ock took over Spider-Man.
Yeah, Superior Spider-Man, yeah.
And I kind of like the idea of Doctor Doom kind of filling in as Iron Man.
Yeah, that was good.
I thought that was pretty interesting. Like the idea was interesting, but I don't think like the actual read itself like worked really well for the Doctor Doom. That is, I loved the Superior Spider-Man. That was freaking awesome. And speaking of that, I know they're doing like a Superior Octopus book now, or it's coming out pretty soon.
See what the chat's got to say there about Marvel and DC. You got
Tacoma saying Newcastle Brown Ale. Woo!
Speaking of ale, my next drink tonight is Red's Black Cherry Ale, limited pick. So it's beer with natural flavors and caramel coloring. I don't know what natural flavored beer tastes like, but whatever.
I know where the caramel color came from.
That's crisp.
That's crisp.
That's good, man. If you like a dessert beer, I'd recommend this. It's not quite up there with that Bud Light Orange Kool-Aid.
That Bud Light Orange Kool-Aid.
Tim said variant beers.
Hell yeah. That's my life, man. I got the variant beers indeed. But yeah, that's kind of going back to the chat really quick. King of the Golden State, I think it pretty much sums up DC's year. They're talking about how DC's having a really, really good year, comically speaking. You got Batgirl covers, Batwing, Heroes in Crisis. DC has indeed been doing their thing. So, yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, I got a question for you with that DC thing. Do you think it's because of good storylines, or do you think it's because they did that awesome shit with having like the, and I'm going to quote Doom, who called it the Virgin Pop. Is that right? The Virgin Pop cover? No, the Finger Pop covers. Because he said they weren't quite virgins; they were finger pop covers.
Oh, you're talking about the V variants? How they almost look like virgin covers? No,
they almost look like
they don't have incentive variants, so this is probably why some Marvel variants are more valuable than DC variants. But I think they're doing great with those variants. You know, people enjoy them.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They look great.
I understand like they don't have like as much value, but I mean like just the quality and the look. And the fact that like Matina has been doing like a shit ton of different covers for different titles, and he still hasn't pumped out like a cover that I'm like, man, that looks like shit, you know?
Yeah, he's doing great, and a lot of the the DC fans that are reading the comics, we all like that our books to be valued. I think to have monetary value, but I think enjoying the artwork and the story, they are enjoying it more. DC has its run. Don't get me wrong. Like the Cosmic Ghost Rider run is pretty good. Venom is doing great. Spider-Man always sells. I think Tim did the whole sales thing, and he shows that those copies still sell. But I think it's with DC right now. You have more that I enjoy more. I enjoy more of the DC titles right now at the moment. But that can change too. It all depends on who's doing what.
Well, I like if you get injecting, we got the Lords of the Long Box here talking about Marvel get people on specking new first appearances and stuff. That's truly what kind of drove the Cosmic Ghost Rider, right? Was that first appearance?
Yeah,
13 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Those are big spec books. Obviously, Spider-Gwen still a hot character. I honestly thought for sure Spider-Gwen was going to be like maybe a one-run kind of thing, but
yeah,
here I am, loving on some.
She wasn't even called Spider-Gwen. She was called Spider-Woman, right? That was her official name. It's not really. I think just now they made it her official name.
Well, now her name is Ghost Spider.
Oh, it's Ghost Spider. That's right. That's the new.
Oh yeah, who can forget about the Red Goblin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Red Goblin. That was. To be honest, that was fun. That was fun. The Red Goblin was fun. I mean, everyone knew it wasn't going to last, but it was fun.
Yeah, it helped me pay my rent. Just kidding. Not really. I spec hard on that book, man. I loaded up.
You know what? I didn't spec on it. I bought it because it was fun. It was a fun read. The covers were fun. So.
Well, I had to get out of the spec game myself. It's too exhausting. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave that for these younger guys.
Yeah. Me, I'm just gonna need enough money to buy some subs. I'm good.
JP's gonna run with that one, boy.
I was hoping that Catherine Figures was gonna be in tonight because I picked up a book with her in mind because I think it's something she might enjoy. It's called Robots versus Princesses.
What?
Dude, I like really obscure stuff, and I can't wait to read this. It's from Dynamite, but anyways, I really did have her in mind when I pre-order this. Yes, I pre-ordered it through previews. So I go through previews. I go front to back, guys. I don't miss any pages in previews. I'm looking for like obscure shit that not for spec play, but for something that's going to be a great conversation piece at some point. And right now I'm thinking robots versus princesses is going to be high on that list.
Dude, you're gonna get a fucking knock on your door one day, and it's gonna be Cat Rain.
That's fine. I got room for one more. I only got 6 kids here. Ain't that big a deal?
You're like, so you think that I like robots and princesses, huh?
What's up, Comics with Bueller? See him in the house. How you doing, man? Yeah, Spider-Geddon. So that's like a. Is that like a? Have you read any of it, guys? Like is it like a mecha? It reminds me of like an anime with maybe some Robotech shit going on there with people like using mechs. No one's read that shit.
Nah.
Read it. Sean's like, I got it, but I ain't read it. I just bought the variant. Thanks, Marvel, for. Exactly.
Yeah, I just know that Spider-Man cover is the one from the game, the suit.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
The regular cover.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, like I said, I rely solely on the community, on Instagram, and previews. And unfortunately, I haven't ordered anything from previews since June. Since my LCS is so far away, I just didn't want to. Well, and if you watch the show, you know my debacle with actually getting the books finally. And I mean, not only did I get the books, I was also shorted one entire invoice. So
Wow.
it's just been like a nightmare trying to actually get books on a consistent time. So that being said, it really is buying, living vicariously through the YouTube community to try and get some to see what's good out there, what's new out there. That's why I watch so many channels as much as I can. Anyway, so
yeah, definitely the community is a good resource on getting books, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And speaking of that, I know October 6th, Legends live auction will be coming at you guys live on his channel. So don't forget that. I think that's a week from Saturday. Do you guys have an auction coming up too?
No, I don't have an auction coming up, but Tim has an auction coming up. His auction is on the 5th, the day before.
Oh, okay.
Great Legend. I don't have an auction. I do have a show this coming Monday, episode 61, Chilling with Down My Warriors, 10 p.m. Eastern. And that's it. Yeah, I haven't the date of the next auction. I'm shooting for maybe October 15th, maybe.
Okay.
That's the Saturday after Legends.
Okay.
Right? Is it? No, the 12th?
13?
Yeah, 13 or something like that. Yeah, the Saturday after his. I try to keep it opposite of Legends.
Yeah, it's pretty smart, man. I notice you guys do that a lot. It's good for us because
yeah.
Oh
yeah. I've bought from both, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of times we have the same viewership, the same. So I wouldn't want to hinder anyone's sales, so we'll do it. I keep it opposite. I'll never have it the same day as same weekend as him.
Yeah, definitely. Last night we did we did a live auction. I did a live auction. Wednesday night, it's kind of a weird night to do an auction, I learned, but turned out really good for everyone in the end. I didn't mean to go into people's other live shows and stuff. I wasn't really thinking about what all goes on Wednesday night. I was just like, oh, throw an auction together.
No, yeah, it happens. And you know what? It's like, YouTube is, people forget. People get butthurt too easy, number one, on YouTube. Number two, it's like TV. You tune into who you want to watch. That's it. You think Fox cares about what CBS is airing at that time? They don't care. They don't care. You're gonna tune into what you're gonna tune in, and it's just YouTube. You can always rewind.
Absolutely, that's very true. I always tell people, if there's something going on while we're live, you can always watch us on the rewind.
Yeah, that's right.
Not a big deal. If there's an auction going on, you want to go buy some books, go buy some freaking books. We're gonna do us no matter what. That's gonna be beer drinking, comic talking. Hell, if it's just me and him in here by ourselves, we don't care. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to talk about tonight. If you guys have something on that you guys want to talk about, by all means. I'm just looking forward to reading some books. I want to thank everyone last night. I sold a nice Jenny Frizen lot to OMG Chris. So
No.
I will have everyone's stuff out to you by Saturday morning. That's right now my work schedule changes next week. So we'll still be able to do Thursday nights. I just won't be able to have after shows or after parties or what do we call it?
Yeah.
But
No,
Mr. Cap says everyone is entitled to their own boat. It's a big ocean. I smoked a lot of weed tonight. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I feel like we need to get that on a shirt.
That's gonna be that's what I'm gonna tell my students tomorrow. I was like, a great man once told me.
that GPAP, he's the godfather of YouTube.
What I hear. Oh man. Yeah, I hope that everyone has a good, safe weekend coming up. If you're going to any cons this weekend, be safe, buy smart, don't build into the hype, save yourself some money, buy it later.
But dive into the dollar bins, by God. Dive into the dollar bins.
I wish, man. I miss I want to go hunting so bad. Like it's just been like so long. I Google like once a week comic shops near me, and it's like sad. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Allegedly, there's one 45 minutes away, but I went to that town recently, and I didn't see that shop. I think they're tricking me. Someone's basement, maybe. Woo. But yeah, so, Sean, what do you got going on?
Man, dude, to be honest, I've just been like busting my ass at work. I'm building a set, and next week is what we call Hell Week, which means is like we run I have to finish the set build. Like we start doing like the light, the sound, and we put it all together. So I've been kind of spaced out this whole week because I've just been running the mill, man. So I swear to God, once this show is done and up and running, I'll be hitting your guys' YouTube channels, and I'll be able to watch. I'll have more free time to watch channels. I'll have more free time to read comic books. And I kind of miss that. I just haven't had time. I've been freaking frizzled, guys, frizzled. But
is that a word?
Huh?
What?
What? No, but I guess what I'm saying is I want to get back into the community more, and plus, I still have I moved into a new house and I still have shit in tubs everywhere. But I haven't even done an auction yet, and I know JP's about to strangle me because I was like, yeah, I'll do an auction with you, and it's like, no, I can't do it, man.
It's okay. I had some really good replacement popes. Are you staring me down? Is that what's going on here? Is this that awkward silent moment?
No, man, you're just shaming me in front of everybody.
That's what I do, man. That's how I keep you on. You're like that poor person.
That's how I know I'm still alive, because my heart hurts.
You're like that lady that's been chained up in the basement for 30 years.
I want to ask you, did you get your order from CBCS yet, or is it coming?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did get 3 books last week. Did I show them last week? I can't remember. I sold 2 of them already.
Oh, I sold yesterday, right?
Yeah. And then there was the Paul Green one. I thought I showed that last week. No? I don't know. There's a third one that's like a 9.8 signature series of Paul Green and Ulamas on a Zenoscope secret retailer cover. That's pretty solid.
I got an order coming in.
Did anybody jump on that eBay coupon today?
Oh, yeah, 15% off. Nah.
Man, I've been trying to stay away from eBay 100%. Just saying. like literally, I buy stuff on Instagram, YouTube, whatever, but I've just been trying to stay away from eBay. I don't know why. Just a personal thing, I guess. I don't know. Nothing wrong with it. Do your thing. But I think it's to me, it's more fun buying stuff from the community. You know,
Yeah.
just you know, support thing. I guess you support me, I support you. It's all one big happy family kind of thing.
Yeah, but when you get a good a decent discount, you can just it kind of helps swipe in a big bad boy book, you know.
Well, yeah, fair enough. I'm not saying not do it. I'm just telling you my own personal preference right now. Maybe I'll go set up a new eBay account right now just to prove you I still love.
Good. For shaming me in front of everybody.
Yeah.
In front of
I feel you though.
the thousand subs that we paid for.
Well, the good news about those subs, they're still not watching.
Or you could just buy the views though.
Oh, that's true. I gotta learn about this, man. Oh goodness. What do you got going on this week, Mr. Enrique?
Well, this week I don't really have much going on. I'm waiting on my CBCS submission to come. They already sent the email that the book shipped, so
Oh, nice.
I mean, I doubt it'll be here Saturday. That'll be a miracle. Hopefully, you never know. Huh? Those are the books I submitted at East Coast Comic Con. So I have some. They're all signature series books. You know, I had my Thanos Quest book 1 and book 2 signed by Jim Sterling and John Beatty. They signed those. I had my ASM 361 First Carnage signed by Mark Bagley.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
and fun. Avengers 110, the one with Magneto on the cover. That Magneto is taking who is he grabbing? I believe Cyclops he's grabbing, but it's an Avengers book. I got that signed by Roy Thomas, and then Avengers 51, I believe. Got that signed by Roy Thomas and Joe Sinat. He did the inks on that, so waiting for that to come. And then what else? I'm trying to remember. I think that's all of them. Did I mention that's 5 books, right? I mentioned all 5 books. Yeah, that's that submission. Then the week after East Coast, I did another submission to. There was a con at Mohegan. Damn, where was this con at? That con I didn't go to. Manny NYC went to that con, and he got. I had a book, Arrow #1 with Stephen Amell.
Oh, nice.
The guy that plays, Arrow. I have him on the cover, and he signed it. And the guy who plays Diggle signed it. And Mike Grail signed it as well, too.
Oh, nice.
Because Mike Grail did the interiors on that. So the book is all written all over. And Diggle wrote, "You failed this city" on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's that all that's coming. Oh, and I submitted a Batman Beyond #1.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I have a CGC order coming too. Like I did a CGC order as well. The CGC order consists of 2 Showcase 55s. That's the first Silver Age Solomon Grundy.
Mm-hmm.
A Golden Age book, Action Comics 82. It's a lower grade version. You ever seen the book I showed with the Superman and the Eagle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That I upgraded that. I have a 5.0 CGC copy, but I had a lower grade one that's at CGC. And what was the third book? Oh, and another Demon #1. Jack Kirby Demon #1. Another copy. I submitted that to CGC as well. So I have all that coming.
Yeah, like one of my favorite things to go grab a lot is the first appearance of Witch Boy.
Yeah, it's #7. That's issue 7.
I think I have like 3 or 4 copies.
Yeah, it's a good book. Underrated character too.
Oh yeah.
Those books they sell. They're not cheap books. Like I don't know about how the rest of the country, but in New York at least, or in the 5 boroughs over here, I've never seen the Demon books in like dollar bins. Those things are always $12 to $15, $16, in the bins.
I got lucky. Like the first time I found was actually the first appearance of Clarion was in I was at a con in Lexington, and there was like a dollar bin, and I found like
Oh, you found, wow, that's a great find.
I found that in issue like 3 and 5. And I was
Nice.
like, these.
Yeah, you got to take those right away.
Oh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have to check. I wonder if they have like a collected story that you can pick up.
You do. I have the trade.
Oh, you
Hold
do?
on 1 second. Yeah, let me show it to you. I have it. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
You know, there's a few books I'll show. Hold on.
all right.
Finally, we get him out of his shell. Just kidding.
Show us some goddamn books.
Every time I hear like demon or son of Satan, I think Donny Cates should write that. They should bring that back and let Donny Cates write that.
Dude, like, you know the old celebrity death match like they used to have on MTV?
Yeah.
I want to see like Cullen Bunn and like Donny Cates do.
It would be interesting.
Holy shit! What's this? Cates is signing his soul to the devil.
Yeah, if you guys haven't had a chance to go over there and check out Missouri Swagger, they have a new video up today. That's the Cullen Bunn and Dennis Hopeless. They're the show that they do weekly, I believe. Yeah, I would recommend it. I enjoy their show. I think it's always cool to get insight from different creators and artists, writers, whatever. That's always intriguing to me. I like the business side of comics as well as the enjoyment that we get as consumers and whatnot. So yeah, so if you guys haven't, make sure you sub each other up, follow each other on your collective links. Make sure you check out Comics and Cold Ones on Instagram. I put the name in the description. I don't know how to link Instagram to this show yet, but eventually I will. Also check out Bigeeeze Comics on Instagram and Pope Grammy on Instagram and this guy on Instagram.
That guy.
I'm gonna do a giveaway in a crazy drunken stupor show. I have a feeling for 1,101 to go. Let's do this, folks.
Do it.
All right.
Giving away whatever B shows tonight.
He's like, no, he just disappears. Like,
oh shit, that's a big one, man. That's a big old book.
Let me put this on. Yeah, this is Jack Kirby the Demon. This is all 16 issues of the run, I believe it is, but really nice. This one I got my LCS, nice in color.
That's nice.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah,
yeah. I think that's probably my favorite Jack Kirby work.
Yeah, this is awesome. I love Etrigan's saying, when he's Jason Blood first, and when he turns into Etrigan Demon, he says, "Gone, gone, the form of man, rise the demon Etrigan." I always love that part, man.
I'm gonna try that before I go to sleep.
Yeah, man, you should read this, man. This is cool, man.
I'll look for it, man. That's I was looking at some other trades I need to catch up, just because, unfortunately, if you want to read a story, that's kind of what I have to do now.
Yeah. Go to instocktrade.com, man. This is at your LCS. This is going to cost you like $30, but in stock trade will probably be like $20, maybe less.
Yeah, they have good sales too. I was on there the other day picking up some Cullen Bunn stuff because I wanted to read some of those that I was behind on.
These are stuff I picked up from there. This is I collect. If you can see my background real quick, right there in the top there. Those are all the Earth 1 graphic novels right there in the back. They only come out in graphic novel. There's no single issues on those. So all the first editions are hardcovers. This one is Earth. This is Teen Titans, Earth 1, Volume 1. There's 2 volumes out. The first one, the second one. This is Jeff Lemire is the writer, and Terry and Rachel Dodson are the artists.
Oh, nice.
These, yeah. So all the Earth 1s are like a reimagining of all the characters that they're showing. It's a whole the Batman is Batman with a whole different origin. Superman is a whole different Superman. Not what you're used to, not what's in continuity.
Sure.
But they're all good, man. They're all New York Times bestsellers. Just really nice, reads. If you guys, I recommend them, all of them. The Batman run especially.
The Elseworld stuff. I like a lot of that stuff. So.
Yeah, well, this one it's not really like an Elseworld. It's part of the multiverse. You know how they all have different.
Yeah.
So this is Earth 1 continuity. You know.
Versus what do we live in? Earth 616.
Yeah. Well, that's Marvel. Yeah.
Oh, that's Marvel. Sorry.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's all right. This also in stock trade. This one I'm halfway through this one. This is Batman Noir by Eduardo Mauricio. So this is more of a compilation of certain stories. So some of the let me give you an example. So the first story is called Scars. It's from Batman Gotham Knights issue number 8. So that's the first story, and then that story connects with Broken City from Batman issues 620 through 625 by the writer is Azzarello. Brian Azzarello. Yeah, he's the writer of all the everything in here. And Eduardo Mauricio is the artist on it. But it's cool. It's noir style, so it's all basically it's Batman really being like a detective. Everything's black and white. Everything is more. It takes place in a more modern time, but it's kind of has an old school feel to it. Really good. I recommend it.
Well, I like a lot of that noir stuff. Anyways, I like that kind of timepiece type stuff era.
Yeah, and then the next thing that I got that I haven't read yet, but I did read this back in the day because I do have the single issues, but it's been so long, and some of them I have graded with signature, so I won't be able to open them again. So I picked up this right here, Spider-Man: Kraven's Last Hunt, the deluxe edition.
Oh,
yeah, it's really nice book. That's right there. That's the issue. That's Web of Spider-Man issue 32. The cover by Mike Zeck, and Mike Zeck gets all the credit usually for it, but it was with Bob McLeod. He did everything with. So I give McLeod a lot of credit too, because the work wouldn't be the same without him. This book is dope. There comes when you take off the dust jacket, the hardcover is, it's the image is printed on it.
Oh,
nice.
So that's really dope. So it has all 6 issues of Kraven's Last Hunt, plus a couple of it has the first appearance of Kraven, which is what ASM. Damn, I forgot what number. It's it's one of the early issues. Oh, it's right here.
I suggested that to you, Pope Cerebus, last night. I said you should become West Coast Pope.
Oh, there you go.
I just read
issue 15 has the origin also.
Yeah, GPAP is all over that.
Yeah, and this one is the cover price on this one is $39.99, but I paid only $23.99 for it
on Inside Trades.
So, yeah, it's like 42% of the cover price.
Well, we need to apparently start getting some kind of deal with them. As much of we could get them some business.
I think Pope C's trying to start a Pope war. I'm gonna be like East Side Pope.
Well, I like it. Are you gonna be like Biggie East Coast Pope? And then he'll be like the Tupac Pope. Is that how it went? I don't even remember, man.
I don't know, man. I lived most of my life in North Carolina, so I don't know if you want white boy Southern.
You should be the cornbread Pope.
North Carolina Warrior. NC Warrior.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's it. I've been dabbing into the hardcovers and collected editions lately. Been liking them.
Well, I'm totally down with them. And I was on Inside Trades the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff on here.
Yeah,
I just need because unfortunately there's a lot of stuff I'm just gonna have. I want to read, but I don't. Getting single issues doesn't always work. It just
no.
So.
I was almost bought that Galactus book, that big giant one that they had. Yeah, but where are you gonna put something like that?
Yeah, if space is already a problem, you don't need a gigantic book in your house.
So, and my wife, we had every trade paperback of The Walking Dead.
Oh shit!
For 24, but at the time they were up to 24, volume 24. We had all 24 volumes, but space was just too much, so we sold them on eBay, and then we started buying the hardcovers. So yeah, the hardcovers are a little because they have more. They have it's the hardcover. I believe is like 2 to 3 trades in one.
Sure.
But it's up to we have up to volume 10 of the hardcover. So now that's taking space.
Oh yeah.
So the other day, I bought this from Manny YC because my wife is a huge Walking Dead fan, and she loves the Telltale games. She always watched them on YouTube, watch people play them.
So do my kids.
Yeah, so we bought that, but this was a special edition one that came with let me show you.
Well, this is cool because I've never seen this before.
Oh, this box is dope. See, look at that. Look at the artwork on it.
That's awesome.
So when you open that up,
it
comes with volume 1 compendium.
Pope Service said 2 popes here.
And that collects the first 48 issues of The Walking Dead.
Holy shit, that's a big book.
Yeah, it's the compendium. Compendium 1.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Someday I'm gonna get into those. I can't ever say it. The omnibus.
Omnibus.
Oh, omnibus. Yeah. I don't have. I have one omnibus. I have a DC Million. Grant Morrison.
Oh, okay.
I see it. Like first omnibus I ever read was the Sandman. Because I was at college and like it's awesome because my college had like a little section for comic books, and I was like, I never read the Sandman. I'll read them. And like the first omnibus is like that thick, and then
nice.
it's like, and then there's like 2 more omnibus, and I was just like, holy shit! But they were like, it got me hooked on Sandman, and it was. I mean, but like I was like, man, I'm gonna go buy these, and then I looked them up, and saw the price of them, and I was like, in a little while I'll buy them.
Yeah, no, just buy them from in stock. You half off.
They're definitely not cheap, are they?
No.
So I need to, let's see, I don't know. No one has asked tonight about an off-air. I know someone asked me last night if we're doing an off-air. If you guys want, we can do it for a little bit. I do have to get up at 5 a.m. So
I can. I'm beat, man. I've been up since early this morning.
Oh Lord. But yeah, man, I give him a second here to see if he's going to come back, but that's random that he just disappeared like that.
Yeah, no, he probably lost signal or something.
Yeah, it's probably that. Where's he live at? Kentucky. That Kentucky internet. Actually, sounds pretty good tonight. He hasn't frozen at all, so maybe that new house is doing wonders for him. But yeah, if make sure there's nothing else I'm missing in the chat before we're done tonight. I mean, I'm gonna say thanks a ton for being on with us, man. I always appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
I always appreciate your support. You're always popping in the chats and everything. Oh, there he is. See, I knew you wouldn't miss goodbye. Maybe, but no, it's been a pleasure, man. So it's always great to chat with you, whether it's in the chat or in person or whatever.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, thank you for having me on. It's cool. It's cool being the guest, instead of hosting. It definitely I get to lay back and let you guys lead. That's good. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. The chat's been popping. And Jason Smith, Miss Hustle, Gene Pauly's Peter, Farley's Night Cave. Who else? Pope Cerebus the First, the other Pope. and Bob.
Yeah.
C. Woodard, Tacoma was here earlier. Tim was here earlier. James Hayes was here earlier. Shout out to all you guys, and shout out to Pope. Thanks for having me, man. And anytime, it was fun.
Yeah, man. Sorry, my phone did some stupid shit. But man, I just want to say thank you for joining us, man. Like, this is one of those awesome moments that, like, you know, I've watched before I even started doing videos. You know, I was watching the New York Warriors. I watched, you know, Erod, the Doom. You know, I watched Kingdom, and this is just one of those moments that, like, you know, that makes me feel good because, like, somebody that I've been watching on YouTube for a long time, now I'm actually going live with my friend JP and actually being able to converse with you, and man, that, like, that makes it real for me, and that's what I really, really enjoy is getting to talk to you guys about comics. So thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Awesome, man. Thank you for having me on, both of you.
Hey, real quick before we go, Miss Hustle asked you to message her, Enrique.
All right.
So whatever that means. So, all right, guys, I appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm going to set up off air for a few minutes if you guys are interested. Otherwise, you guys have a safe week. We'll see you next Thursday, 9 p.m. Central. Comics and Cold Ones. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace in the Middle East.